Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the most basic thing in custom content creation. This is the most basic thing to me anyway, and that is making custom recolors of any sort of object or cast, asset or anything like that in game. Today we're going to be recoloring this here. I've already done it as you can see here, but I am going to redo it again and show you how I did it. You can also do this with any sort of custom content here you want to do it with, but I'm just going to be using something that's already in the game just as an example. What you'll need to do this is you will need the Sims 4 Studio, and you will need some sort of photo editing program software. Basically all it needs to have in it is a hue slider, a saturation slider and a brightness slider. So whatever program you use to edit any sort of photos, you can just use that. If you want to recolor a piece of CC here or something that's a CC item, you need to go and find that within your mods folder and move that to your downloads folder. If your mods folder isn't that organised, you can actually go through this part in Sims 4 Studio and you can find the specific package using my CC. I feel like your mods folders probably aren't as big as mine. Mine's absolutely massive and it is organised thankfully. So you'll probably be able to find whatever you're looking for quite easily. So if you're recoloring a piece of custom content and you put it into your mods folder, all you would do is you would click my projects up here and it would just be here, and then you would click on it and click open. And that's how you would edit that, and it's just the same process that I'm about to show you here, but this bit is a little, I would say it's a wee bit more complex actually. So what you're going to do now is, if you're recoloring a piece from the game, you're going to click add a cast swatch part, or if you're doing like build, obviously you can like add swatches and stuff that way. So I'm just going to click cast now, and up here are all the filters that you can use to find specific things, because as you can imagine this is absolutely massive. There is a lot of items in The Sims 4 now. So yeah, you'll know what you're looking for anyway. So I know my items base game, it's a hair, it's for adults, and it's a female hair as well. So I'm just going to scroll right to the bottom as well, because I know this hair's newer, so it's more likely to be at the bottom. Usually what I would do if you were like making a mesh, you would shift click and then you would get all the swatches, but we just want one today. And you're going to choose whatever hair is the most similar to the recolor you want. If you're wanting some sort of pastel kind of colours, I would recommend going for this blonde swatch or this blonde swatch. Not this one, because that doesn't really edit on the hue slider that easily, but this one's really good. I always use this blonde to create my custom recolors. So you're just going to save this as recolor, and that's going to be the file you're going to put into your mods folder. And now when you open this up, there's like a lot of parts to this, but you don't really need to bother with anything else. All you need to bother with is this here, and it will open on the bit that you need it to anyway, because there's all these different bits to hairs and stuff, but we just want the colour, and that's the diffuse texture right here. So all you're going to do is you're going to click export. Usually I save it as 1, I've already saved it, so I'm just going to replace that, and that will save to your downloads folder or wherever you've saved it to. And now all you're going to do is take this into your editing software of choice. So I think I actually have one built in within this computer, so I can actually like do it here. This doesn't have a hue slider, but it does have a tint, so you can kind of like make like a purpley lavendery colour here as well. So yeah, and then when you're finished, all you do is save it as a copy. It's actually really easy, and I'm just going to save that as 2. It's really easy to type numbers, so that's why I just save them as numbers, because we don't actually need them. Anyway, so now we're just going to go back to here and we're going to click import, and whatever you've just made you can import in. So I've just made this, and I did also make one earlier that I spent like probably an extra 30 seconds on, and it looks a bit better. So there you go, that's these two. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to change the swatch thumbnail. This doesn't really affect it at all, I just like doing this so I can find the swatches easier. And you're just going to try and colour match that the best you can. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave these two like that. Now I'm actually just going to shut my Sims 4 game before I mess with my mods folder. Do that, I always forget to do it. Anyway, now we're just going to click save, and we're going to go and move this into our mods folder. Also, I do recommend, if you're going to start making custom content for The Sims 4, have a separate folder in your mods folder for your custom content, because making custom content, there's a lot of trial and error involved. So it's easier to access if there's a custom folder, and that's mine right here, and I've already got a RECOLOUR file. And now I'm just going to open up The Sims 4 and I will show you this in game. Okay, so we're back in game now, and I'm just going to show you the swatches that we made. So they will kind of sort themselves out amongst the normal swatches, and this is the one I made just like really quickly. It isn't the best, it's actually kind of cool though. I quite like, oh, I think I'm going to keep this, because this kind of looks like a, like, you know how some people are going for like really light grey hair? And then it looks like it's just had like a purple tint on it, it's really cool. And this is the one I made earlier. This one definitely looks better. This would be good for the not so berry challenge. I'm trying to think. Pretty sure there's like a purple generation or something. Maybe like it's magenta or something. I don't know. I watched like Nixel's full not so berry challenge, so I remember the like main characters from it, but I don't remember the specific generations. But anyway, so that was like this really simple tutorial. I do ramble a lot, so I do want to apologise for that. I'm probably going to ramble a bunch here. So if you don't want to listen to me, you can click off the video right now. But anyway, all I want to say here is that I will have more tutorials coming soon. If you've got any like ones that you want to see ASAP, put them in the comments. And I mean, I don't get tons of comments on my YouTube, so I'll probably do whatever one you ask me to do first. But yeah, I do want to mention that I will probably have more tutorials coming in the future on like meshing and like Blender and all these different things, like the basic steps of Blender, all of this, right? I want to do videos on these, but they are going to take like a wee while, maybe like a month or two, until I'm really familiarised with Blender. I don't want to be teaching people like the wrong things and everything. So I will definitely be showing you, because see if I can teach like my whole 20k following on TikTok how to make custom content. Imagine how much custom content would be out there. Oh my god. I am always looking for more custom content in The Sims. It's my favourite thing about it at the moment. So yes, I really want to teach you. I'm not like gatekeeping anything, I promise. I want to teach everyone how to do it. Everyone's asking me how to do things right now, and I'm just, honestly, I know this is bad, but I'm just not that good yet. I'm really not that good. I'm starting to learn a lot more. You can see down here some things I'm working on. I might actually show you these right now. I don't plan to have like these hairs come out for a couple of weeks, so you're gonna have to wait a wee while on them, but I will be doing like TikToks and things on them, and eventually they will be out. They'll probably be out in like a month. I know that's a long time, but I need to figure out some other things with like texture, and I think there is, what else do I need to fix? Yeah, so basically these hairs that I've made right here, these were quite easy because I didn't really have to mess with the weight paint. None of yous will probably know what I'm talking about, right? Because this is like more complicated. But basically, the hairs have like kind of like a weight paint on them, so they move a specific way with the body and they don't like glitch. But the hairs that are updos, like these don't really need any weight paint messing about. Because these aren't really touching shoulders or anything. These are just, you know, up and out the way. Whereas, for example, this hair, when they walk, it has to kind of move a specific way to fit their body. So that's why like these hairs here aren't finished yet, but I'm going to show you them anyway because I am far too excited about these hairs. So, I mean, they're one hair, but I've made an ombre swatch. I'm so excited about it. But anyway, this is the hair. I'm obsessed with it. It's an edit of this hair. Basically, most of you probably don't know this, or some of you probably will actually, right? I'm not going to say most of you probably won't know this. But basically, Max's Match hair is mainly just edits of hairs that are already in the game. And people that are really talented, for example, A. Harris, O. Brittany, right? They are very, very, very talented. I'm always in awe with every single hair they release. But their hairs, I think, are still edits of things we have in game. They're just like very, very edited and like custom textured and meshed really coolly and everything. So A. Harris, Brittany, they're just amazing. I actually watched some of their tutorials on YouTube if you want to watch them. They're not like full-on tutorials where he talks through everything. they're just like speed edit videos, but I actually find them really fun to watch. But this hair here, I think, is an edit of that base game here. Wait. But look how different it looks. But you can tell, right, because see the bottom of it? This is so interesting. I love learning about custom content. These are just some things I've learned the past couple of weeks while I've been learning. Also, I do want to say, I've only been making custom content for about 3.5 weeks now. So I'm progressing quite fast. But anyway, yeah, I've learned that like this is an edit, and you can tell because it's like similar, it's like longer, and then he's moved this strand back on this here, and he's put a side part instead of a middle part. But honestly, right, you might look at that and be like, oh yeah, that's simple, you just move this and this and this, and when you watch me do it in a few weeks when I'm teaching you, you'll think it looks really simple, but it is so difficult to get your head round at first. Hadis Brittany makes it look so easy and so simple because he does it very effortlessly. Okay, but it is not that easy, especially when you're first starting. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Show you this hair. So this hair here, I'm super proud of this. It's not perfect, right? This is like my 4th hair I've made. I've got 1, 2, 3. This one I'm going to put out for free instead of actually up on Patreon because it's like a really simple edit of this. And 4. So this is my 4th hair. And I've tried so many different variants of making this. Like I tried to move these bits up, but it like glitches when the head moves. So that didn't work. This hair was really squished, and for some reason it wanted to go to this side. Yeah, this one, it was getting there, and the final result, which still isn't the final result, is this one, and I really like it. Like I love the way the bangs are kind of shaped. It's like it looks like side bangs. I'm so proud of this hair because we do not have very many short hair options within The Sims 4, and I'm always looking for more, and I'm just so proud of this. I feel like you're gonna love it. So obviously this comes in all the swatches. When I am teaching you to make meshes and stuff, you'll realise that the swatches are actually really easy on hairs because you just import the mesh and the swatches kind of fix themselves unless you're trying to Franken mesh like this here. This actually took me so long to do because it's like this hair, no it's not that hair, it's this hair and this hair kind of joined, so I took a puff from this hair and I joined it with the back of this hair, and that's how I made this one. But it was so difficult because I had to like go and rearrange the texture for 24 different swatches, and I did it all through Procreate on my iPad, so I had to move 48 different images over to my iPad, and then move where the puff like texture was, I had to move that into the right place, and then export 24 different swatches back, and then I had to import them into game. And anyway, it took me a long time, but I was really proud with how this turned out, and I actually learned a lot from creating this hair, so I'm very proud of it. But anyway, this hair, yeah, it's I'm obsessed. And also something that I didn't really think about is like you need to do so many different things to hairs to get them to work. So obviously I need to still weight paint this hair, and basically you might look at this and think it doesn't have many issues, and it doesn't, but I've noticed one, and it's this. It kind of like scrunches up when the shoulders are different, and I know most shoulders will be at this kind of range, like not many Sims have these shoulders, but I still want to make it correct, plus I need to learn that anyway. It does also have hat cuts. They're really not perfect, right, because this is the first time I've done it, but they do work with hats. They glitch a tiny bit, okay, but cut me some slack. I might fix it before they're released, or attempt to fix it. It's just really difficult, but anyway, they do work with the 2 different types of hats. Where's the other one? Here. So that's a different hat cut as well, so that's lower down. So yeah, it does work with that. But the main thing about this here that I love is it comes in ombre swatches. Now, you may think ombre is easy to do because, trust me, you think it would be simple. I thought it'd be simple. I thought it'd be like making a gradient of two different textures and just like not meshing them. Yeah, like putting them together and then importing it. But it's very, very difficult and you need to use Blender. There's actually not a tutorial on YouTube for it. I had to try and figure it out through Google. There was a person that made a tutorial with images. I think it was on Tumblr or on the Sims forums. So obviously I will have that linked below when I'm doing a tutorial on how to do ombre here, because I will be doing that very soon. But yeah, I just love how this turned out. So it was actually so fun as well because I got to pick like the bottom colours, and this isn't perfect yet again. I think I might actually go and fix some of these wee bits. Like you'll be able to see like the wee strands. It's so difficult, honestly, so difficult. But anyway, so this is the first black swatch. It's kind of like a black to blue. This is like a black to purpley. This brown swatch is, I love this. I feel like so many people in real life have like balayage hair or ombre hair. This is giving me very like Zoella 2016 vibes. So we've got that. Then we've got like a brown to blue. Sorry, just ignore like the wee glitches. I think I am going to try and fix them. And then we have this here, which is a brown to pink swatch. I love this as well. And then we have this one, which is another kind of ombre balayage looking here. But I wanted to include two neutrals. And then we've got this swatch, which I think is really cool actually. It's kind of like a peachy colour. Like I never see this hair colour anywhere. It's like a corally colour kind of. It's really cool. And then we have this swatch, which honestly this gives me like fast food restaurant vibes, like McDonald's. I don't know why. It's probably the red and orange kind of theme. And this hair, this swatch, right, this gives me Daphne from Scooby-Doo vibes. Yes. This swatch is just like dark blonde to light blonde, but I love this. I love this. I feel like this just suits Delilah so much as well. Delilah suits blonde hair so well. I love this one. This swatch. I feel like this was actually trendy to have like some pink in your blonde hair. I don't have blonde hair. I wish I had blonde hair in real life sometimes, just because I want to be able to dye it fun colours. I've got brown hair. But anyway, that's besides the point. And a couple of them, so what I did, obviously, this is like the baby food hair colour, right here. It's this kind of yucky yellowy colour. Instead of having that at the top of your hair, because realistically, no one's hair is naturally this colour, I just made like a brown kind of colour. I don't think it's the same as any of these, and put it at the bottom. I don't know if I'll use this one that much, but it's there in case you want it. This one is probably one of my favourites actually. Just because I can see myself using it the most, like, it's very cool. And this one, this is very intense. It's like a blonde to a really, really vibrant bluey kind of colour, bluey purpley. This one is a grey to kind of like a light blue. There is some I'm going to fix and change a little bit, like tweak, but they are going to have similar vibes because, yeah. These aren't done yet, like I said. This one is like silvery kind of colour to a really light pink. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one. Maybe I'll do a darker kind of colour on the bottom. I don't know. If you have any thoughts on this, put them in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions. And this one, kind of cool as well. It's like a grey to an orange. Because you already, like if you want an elder sim to have this here, you already have the grey swatch here. So I thought I would do something more fun with this grey swatch. And this swatch is like the purple kind of colour in the game. It's like a pastely purple. And it just goes to a darker purple. Why can I not talk? But yeah, I like this as well. It matches our jeans. And then this swatch is dark pink to a lighter pink. This swatch, I actually really love this swatch. I don't know how versatile it'll be, but I just like this because there's literally nothing else in the game like that already. I've not even seen any CC with this kind of colour here. Obviously it's a dark blue in game to a kind of lighter blue, but I really like it. This swatch I definitely am going to tweak. I think the top's quite good, but the bottom I'm going to change a little bit. Basically my idea for this swatch, like if you look at the normal swatch it's more bluey. I really wanted to create a kind of like a mint green colour, because people who are doing the not so berry challenge, they have to use this as mint green and it's not really mint green, so I wanted an option for them, and you already have this colour anyway on this here, so yeah, it is going to be tweaked a little bit because I went too heavy with the brightness slider on the bottom. Yeah, so as I said like earlier in the video, obviously you need to watch a little bit with the brightness. You can use it a bit, but if you use it too much it'll just overpower it completely, and then the highlights will kind of be lost within the hair, so I do need to change that, and I will be changing that. Now we've got this green swatch, which realistically no one grows green hair from their roots. Maybe your Sims do. I mean, this is a Sims. But I wanted yet again to add another brown swatch. This is different from all the browns we have in game. It's a bit darker and just has the green as like an ombre to that hair. So yeah, and then you have the green in this hair if you want it anyway. And then this colour, it's kind of like, in my head, well, these two hairs here are for kind of like Asian Sims, maybe middle-aged Sims that are starting to get a bit of grey in their hair. So my idea for this hair was a Sim that's kind of dyed their hair blonde, but they're just letting their natural colour grow out now. So the blonde is kind of down here and their grey is starting to grow through. So that was my idea for this one. And this one, I never really had a specific idea. I just thought this looked cool. So yes, that is the hair that I am working on in the swatches. I will try and get it out as soon as I can because I have a little inclination that you guys are gonna like this hair. I like it so much. But yeah, so anyway, thanks so much for watching everyone, and if you've got any questions please do leave them in the comments. I do read all my YouTube comments and I will try and reply to you if you have any questions. But anyway, thanks so much for watching everyone, and I hope to see you in another one of my videos very, very soon. Bye!